Hi everyone. In this video I want to talk to you about something deeply important, something that is not only powerful but also incredibly liberating once you truly feel it. And that is the magnitude and abundance of who you really are. You see, we tend to fall for the illusion that we're just this powerless little human who lives in this world that is full of constraints and difficulties, where achieving the things that we want is extremely hard. But when we're seeing things in this way, all we're seeing is a very minuscule fraction of what's available to us. It's like looking in front of you and there's this one table with a few pieces of fruit dotted around, and these pieces of fruit are really hard to get to because the table is really high and the legs and sides of the table are slippery. So every time you try to climb up, you slide down again. And on top of that, there are these monsters that try to attack you whenever you get close to the fruit. And so we're putting all our energy into trying to get up onto this table to get to those pieces of fruit while trying to avoid getting attacked by the monsters. And all our energy is completely focused on that table. But meanwhile, right there behind our backs, there are these other tables, and there are loads and loads of them, and they're at exactly the right height, and they are all piled high with all sorts of the most delicious food imaginable. They're completely covered with every type of food you can think of, and there's not a monster in sight. And so if only we would just turn around, everything we wanted would just be right there, within easy reach. But because we're so focused on that one table in front of us, and we're so intent on figuring out how to get to those few measly little pieces of fruit, we're completely oblivious that there's a whole feast right there behind us, completely available to us. So this is the realization that I want you to understand. You didn't come here to struggle. You didn't come here to earn your worth or prove yourself. You came here to live fully, to thrive, to experience the richness of life in all its forms. The joy, the love, the creativity, the depth, the meaning, and yes, the abundance. We all have this potential for abundance available to us. Not just financial abundance, although that is part of it too, but an abundance of possibility, an abundance of love, of beauty, of inspiration, of paths to explore, of inner knowing, of connection. It's like we arrived on earth with a blank canvas and a full palette of colours, and with this voice whispering to us, "Here, go and paint the life you want to live." But for so many of us, somewhere along the way, we forget this. We're taught to believe in limitation, to settle, to doubt ourselves, to look outside for permission and for validation and for answers. We start to think we have to fight for our worth, to chase after success or try to earn our way to happiness. But you don't, because everything that you want is already available to you. If you have a desire, you also have the means for its fulfillment. You wouldn't be feeling a desire if there wasn't already a way for it to be fulfilled. And the abundant life that you long for, it's your birthright. It was never outside of you. It was never something you had to deserve or to earn. It has always been already available to you, all along. So what is your birthright really? Your birthright is the freedom to be you, completely, authentically you. It's the freedom to express your gifts and talents in your own way, whether that means creating art, building a business, raising a family, cooking in your kitchen, or simply choosing to live life with joy and presence. It's the freedom to pursue whatever lights you up, to say yes to your passions and to trust that those desires were placed in your heart for a reason. It's the freedom to experience life in its fullness. Not just the light and easy moments, but also the messy, raw, human ones, because all of it adds depth and richness to your experience. And it's the freedom to love, to connect with others from a place of truth, to give and receive in ways that nourish the soul. Your birthright isn't something you need to earn. It's something you simply remember, something you come back to, something you reclaim. Now, to fully reclaim this birthright, something needs to shift, and that's your mindset. Many of us were raised with a scarcity mindset. We were taught to see through a lens of lack. There's not enough money. Time is running out. I'm not ready. What if I fail? What if I lose what I have? But the truth is, there's always enough. Enough love, enough ideas, enough opportunity, enough support, enough space for you to flourish and for others to flourish too. When you begin to adopt an abundance mindset, everything starts to change. You stop grasping, you stop forcing, you stop comparing, and instead you start seeing with new eyes. Eyes that notice how supported you really are, how much beauty is always available, how many parts are possible, and how safe it is just to be you. This isn't about pretending that you like things that you don't like. It's about trusting that even in the uncertainty, even when things look messy, there is always something deeper holding you. There is always potential. There is always possibility. There is always support, even if you don't see it. So what does it actually mean to live an abundant life? It's not about chasing some ideal or ticking all the boxes that society tells you to tick. It's about being deeply alive. It's about saying yes to your soul. It's about honoring what matters to you, not what you've been told should matter. It's about creating a life that aligns with your values, your truth, your passions. It's waking up in the morning and feeling excited to be alive. Not because everything is perfect, but because you're living from your center, you're connected, you're aligned, you're present, you're being you. You're allowing the fullness of yourself to be expressed. And abundance flows from that place, from the inside out. It's found in like the tiny things, tiny moments, a warm cup of tea, a beautiful song, a deep conversation, a belly laugh, a knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And yes, it will also show up as money, opportunity, synchronicity, support. Because when you are aligned with your higher self, those things naturally come. You're not chasing, you're allowing. So as you move through your day, just remind yourself, this is my birthright, to feel good, to be free, to love, to receive, to live fully, to trust life. You're not here to shrink or to survive or to live someone else's story. You're here to expand, to thrive, to walk in your truth, to create a life that feels like you. And you don't need to wait. You don't need to be more ready. You can begin today, right now, just by saying yes to yourself. If this message resonated with you, please share it or leave a comment letting me know what part of this landed most deeply. Let this be a space where we remind each other of the real truth of who we really are. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you, because it is your uniqueness and the fact that we get to share this journey with all these other unique individuals. That's what makes this life so beautiful. And remember, you're deeply loved, you're infinitely supported, and the abundant life is already yours. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.